Hey, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the ultimate playbook for turning those people who just browse your website into actual paying customers. If you've ever felt that frustration of seeing visitors come and go, you are in exactly the right place. So let's start with a number that might kind of blow your mind. Are you ready for this? A full 98% of the people who visit your website, they leave without buying a thing. Now, you could look at that and think, wow, what a loss. But I want you to see it differently. That's not a loss. It's a massive, untapped goldmine of opportunity, just waiting for you to use the right strategy.
So the big question is, how do you get them back? How do you turn that 98% into real revenue? Well, the answer isn't some kind of marketing magic. It's all about psychology. It's about understanding the power of a second chance and using it to your advantage.
You see, retargeting is so powerful because it taps into three core psychological principles that influence how all of us make decisions every single day. Let's break them down.
First up is something called the mere exposure effect. It's actually super simple. The more we see something, the more we start to like it. Familiarity literally builds preference. But here's the key, and what this slide is all about. There's a sweet spot, 3 to 7 times. See it any less than that, and they'll probably forget you exist. Any more, and you just become annoying noise. It's a really delicate balance.
Next up, we've got the Zeigarnik Effect. You know that feeling when you start a movie and you just have to finish it? Or you have a task at work that's half done and it just nags at you? That's this effect in action. Our brains are basically hardwired to remember things that are incomplete. And what's an abandoned shopping cart? It's an unfinished task. A good retargeting ad is that perfect little nudge that says, hey, you forgot to finish this.
And finally, we have the heavy hitters, social proof and urgency. Look, we're social creatures. When we see that thousands of other people have bought and loved a product, our trust in it just skyrockets. Then you combine that with a little bit of good old-fashioned FOMO, the fear of missing out, and you've got yourself an incredibly powerful recipe for action. Okay, so we've got the psychology down. Now let's get practical. Phase 1 is all about building your audiences with laser precision. The key to successful retargeting is to stop treating every visitor the same. It's all about understanding their intent. This chart right here shows you exactly where to put your focus and your money. Your absolute #1 priority, cart abandoners. These people were one click away from giving you money. They're the warmest leads you've got. Right behind them are the product viewers who showed some real interest. And then you have your general visitors who, need a little more convincing.
But listen, before you can target a single person, your technical setup has to be perfect. This all starts with the Facebook pixel. It's basically a little piece of code that lives on your website and tracks what people do. It is absolutely non-negotiable. And just as important is creating an exclusion audience. You have got to exclude people who just bought from you. Seriously, there's no faster way to annoy a brand new customer than to show them an ad for the thing they just paid for.
Okay, on to phase 2. A huge mistake people make is just running the same ad over and over for 30 days. That just doesn't work. What you need is a smart, sequenced funnel that gives people the right message at exactly the right time.
And here's what that looks like. In the first day or two, your goal is simple. Just jog their memory. A simple brand ad works wonders. Then, from days 3 to 7, you pivot. Now it's about building trust. Show them amazing reviews, customer photos, video testimonials. And then, from day 8 on, it's go time. This is when you hit them with a strong time-sensitive offer to create that urgency and finally close the deal.
And you might be wondering, does this actually work? Oh yeah, it works. One electronics retailer put this exact 3-stage funnel into place and recovered 28% of their abandoned carts. Think about that. That's more than a quarter of sales that would have just vanished. That's a huge win. And hey, if you're thinking about how to get a powerful funnel like that working for your business, we can definitely help you get there. You can find us over at mbayal.com. Okay, let's keep going and talk about the ads themselves. So, now we have our audience dialed in. We have our timing down to a science, but we need ads that are actually going to stop the scroll and make people act. That brings us to phase 3, making ads that actually convert. There are 3 ad formats that are your absolute powerhouses. First, dynamic product ads. These are pure gold because they automatically show people the exact products they were just looking at on your site. For more expensive stuff, nothing beats a real video testimonial from a happy customer. And carousel ads? They're perfect for showing off a bunch of different products or maybe some cool accessories that go with what they were looking at. And your ad copy has to be just as sharp.
Just look at this example. It's got everything. Last chance, that creates urgency. 15% off, that's a clear, juicy incentive. Expires tonight, hello, scarcity. And complete your order now, that's a direct, no-nonsense call to action. It's perfect.
All right, let's talk about the money. A winning campaign isn't just about having cool ads. It's about putting your budget where it's going to work the hardest. Welcome to Phase 4.
This slide shows a really core principle: intent-based budgeting. Notice that the biggest piece of the pie, a full 40%, goes straight to your highest intent audience, those cart abandoners. You put the most money where you're most likely to get it back, and then you scale it down from there. This is how you maximize the return on every single dollar you spend.
And to keep your campaign running like a well-oiled machine, you've got to focus on these 3 optimizations. First, cap your ad frequency so you don't drive people crazy. Second, refresh your ad creatives every 2 or 3 weeks to fight off ad fatigue. And finally, use your data to bid a little more aggressively during the times of day your customers are actually online and buying.
Now, to make sure all this hard work actually pays off, you have to avoid these classic campaign-killing mistakes. I see them all the time. Don't show ads to people who just bought from you. Don't just use one boring static ad and hope for the best. And please don't be aggressive. Just stick to the best practices. Exclude recent buyers, rotate your creatives, and respect that frequency cap.
So how do you know if you're actually winning? Well, these are your 3 big metrics to watch. Your return on ad spend, or ROAS, you want to see that at 4x or higher. Your click-through rate should be way higher than your regular ads, like 2 to 3 times higher. And your frequency, you got to keep it in that sweet spot we talked about, right between 3 and 7.
Look, if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Successful retargeting isn't about just blasting ads at everyone who leaves your website. It's about having a smart, sequenced, intent-based conversation that gently and persuasively guides them back to you.
And if you want to put a playbook just like this into action, but you want some expert guidance to make sure you get it right the first time, we're here to help. For a personalized strategy and consultation, visit us at mbl.com now.